Shiloh, a battle fought in southwestern Tennessee, was the bloodiest battle of the Civil War to that point. Fought in early April 1862, today we will regame the Battle of Shiloh on Tabletop History. In early 1862, Grant had defeated the center column of Johnston's forces at Forts Henry and Donelson. Rising in promotion and rank, he started pursuing Johnston south through Tennessee. Johnson, rallying his troops around Corinth, Mississippi, planned to attack the Union before they could attack him. Johnson saw his opportunity near Pittsburgh Landing along the Tennessee River. With his forces in hand, Johnson traveled north to seek out the unprepared Union army. Our players today will take each side in the Battle of Shiloh. The Union, under Major General Ulysses S. Grant, will face off against Confederate General Albert Sidney Johnston. Johnston, who famously died during this battle, may see a different fate today. Our pregame setup has the units line up historically, with the Union spread out over a wide area. The Confederates were able to deploy second, and in order to try and reenact the initiative that the Confederates had at the Battle of Shiloh, turn 1 allows only the Confederates to move. The Confederate deployment here sees them lining up heavily along the eastern front of this battle. Moving forward to try and initiate contact with the Union forces, the Union has positioned themselves along the ridge at the center of the battlefield, which is flanked on the western edge by the Shiloh Church itself. Despite having a turn 1 initiative, the Confederacy chooses not to initiate any combat this turn. This may prove to be interesting later on, as this turn bonus should help the Confederates have that advantage early on in the attack. Will their hesitant nature here actually come to hurt them in the end? Turn 2 sees the Union with the initiative. Reinforcements have arrived on the battlefield for both sides, and the Confederates start with that on the western edge of their front. Breckinridge attacks Hurlbut's division with 2 cavalry units trying to pursue around the far western flank. The Union pursues to the east, trying to shore up this side. Prentice's division for the Union attacks in the center of the line, pushing back Hardee. The Confederates see an early setback as one of their cavalry divisions is broken. However, things are going much better for the Confederates on the eastern side, where they are able to push back McClellan's division up and over the hill, further and further north along the Tennessee River. Some initial setbacks by Hardee's division, particularly in the center of the line along the Corinth Road, saw them push back. However, just to their west, Breckinridge has engaged Hurlbut and is seeing success. Wallace, reinforced back at Pittsburgh Landing, and along with General Grant, is coming up to join the fight. The eastern front of the battle allows for different maneuvering and initiative of Confederates to try and swing around. It seems at this early point that the two flanks are the ones that have engaged the most, and the Confederates are trying a double envelopment, staying away from the heavily fortified center of the Union lines, where most of their artillery sets. Turn 3 sees the Union again with the initiative, and they try to shore up the eastern side of the front. However, brigade after brigade is seen to be broken, the fatigue mounting higher and higher for their divisions. Confederates also see success on the eastern side. However, Prentiss, in the center of the battle, is actually driving back Hardee's division closer and closer to their headquarters and encampments at the southern edge of this battle map. Vulnerable to this edge, Breckinridge breaks off his attack and starts to come back to shore up and support Hardee's division. Confederates continue creeping around the eastern side of the battlefront, north along the Tennessee River. The gunboats positioned in the river seem to have little effect, as poor dice rolling has allowed the Confederates to get by unscathed. The action starts moving back into the Peach Orchard. Wallace's division, which has taken up position behind the sunken road, behind the Peach Orchard just to the north, is there as the fallback line just in case the Union needs it. However, the major story of this turn is that Breckinridge has had to break off his attack in order to support Hardee. Hardee being pushed back further and further by just 2 Union units. Despite Union losses along the eastern side of the battle, the Confederates, and possibly because they were not able to take advantage of that early initiative during turn 1, has seen some success, but probably not as much success as we would expect historically. While it's still very early in this battle, and the Union is falling, the Confederates are not pushing forward at the rate that we might expect. Breckinridge continues to move east to support Hardee as Prentiss moves further and further behind the Confederate lines. The strength of Prentiss's division allows for them to continue the attack. Meanwhile, Hurlbut shores up his line now that Breckinridge has pulled away. Along the eastern side, the Confederates continue to push back and are about to engage the Union support line along the sunken road. The Confederate plan here seems to be going as designed. It is slow going, but as we go through the mid-morning, the Union is falling back largely along the eastern side. The center parts of the line have also started to fall back as they have needed to support the Confederate advance. We are essentially seeing a tale of two battles here, where the eastern side is dominated by the Confederates, and the 2 units on the western side have dictated how the battle flows there. With both sides now having lost 1 unit, the battle and the engagement actually has gone a little further. Prentiss has taken one of the Confederate headquarters, meaning that a second Confederate unit has been lost. However, Polk's army on the eastern side of the battle keeps knocking down brigade after Union brigade. Both sides have now lost 2 units, and as we set up for turn 5, we will have to see what lies in store for this battle next. The Confederates are on the move. However, the Union has been able to shore up their lines, particularly on the western front, and is not in as bad condition as they were historically. And we hope that you'll join us next time on Tabletop History. Be sure to watch more Tabletop History subscribe to our channel, or click one of the links on the screen to see more of our histories, battles, gamings, and much more.